Whoop, whoop, wrong screen. We'll get to that in a second. What's up, guys? What's going on? Oh, man. So originally I had this scheduled for 11, which I had like all the thumbnails and everything set up for 11. And then I realized I was going to have to go. I had a family thing today where I had to drive out about 2 hours and 2 hours back. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to get back in time. So I scheduled it for 11:30 because that was going to give me enough time. But I got home a little bit early, so we're going to start this a little bit early tonight. So we got, I know in chat we have Jay or Spark, as we're going to call him, because we have our call names. So it should be fun tonight. And then tonight we're going to do something that we're going to continue doing, right? I'm going to get better at it. And tonight I actually added another light on the display. So on the unboxing table, which is next to me. So let me know if you guys notice if it's too much light or if it's not enough light. Let me throw, if you're watching this after the live stream, let me know if it looks okay in the comments. But I'll switch over to it in a minute and we'll take a look. But one thing I want to talk about tonight really quickly was for tomorrow night and also for the upcoming, because Adepticon just happened last week. And when it happened, they announced, obviously, the Grey Knights, and obviously I'm a huge fan of Grey Knights shirt and everything. So, and I have a 6,000 point Grey Knight army. I don't play the game a lot, and I have the codexes from the last two, so I have 8 and 9, right? So they're coming out this summer with the codex for the Grey Knights, and they're coming out with some additional units. They're coming out with a Grand Master NDK. So I want to buy those. I'm actually going to reach out to the team or the painters who originally painted my 6,000 point Grey Knight army, and I want to add those to mine, right? I want to buy that and I want to add it. But the other thing, and that's the reason why I'm talking to you guys about this, is I want to get somebody who plays the Grey Knights on the stream and plays it in tournaments or plays it casually and knows a lot about it, because the moment that codex is going to be available, I'm going to buy it as fast as possible. I'm going to pay whatever the shipping is to get it immediately. And we're going to jump on with that person. And we're going to do a live stream. We're going to go page by page. And we're going to talk about the any changes or what's going on with the Grey Knights from the last codex. Because we have the table here, so it's super easy for me to do a live stream with it. So I want to do a live stream with the codex. And I also want to, I'm probably going to buy 2 sets of the Grey Knights that are coming out for that. And I'm also going to buy the other Grey Knights. Essentially, it's the Armageddon set, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to buy the book for that too. And when that comes in, I also want to have that person on and talk about it. So I am looking for somebody who is a Grey Knights fan. Doesn't have to be as big of a fan as me, but it has to be a Grey Knights fan, has a Grey Knights army, plays the tabletop, and would be interested in coming on and doing streams with me, right? This could turn into something. So I'm also going to reach out to some contacts that I have and some people. But if you're interested, you can contact me on Instagram, WraithMace, because this is something that I would love to do, and I don't have the knowledge right now to do it myself. And I think it would be cool to have somebody who's in the tournament scene talk about this and talk about it from my perspective, which is the coolness and the lore and the figures and stuff, and then get somebody who understands the game matchups and what this codex is changing from an army perspective. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. So Jay, next paycheck, I'm gonna get the Black Templars one, 100 bucks, and the codex. Yes. So the other thing too is I want to, now I'm a horrible painter, right? But I think it would be kind of cool that I have this table set up. I want to start, I have some, like I have the Furiosa and I have some other ones, but I want to start trying to give a shot at painting, right? So I will maybe next month or something like that, I'll schedule some time where we're doing some painting, and we'll you guys will get to see how horrible I actually am with the painting. So that should be fun. But yeah, again, like I said, it's a call out to anybody who's a tournament player for the Grey Knights. I want to have you on the stream. I want to talk to you. The moment that Grey Knights codex becomes available, I'm going to get it. And yeah, so it should be fun. So like I said, I want to bring that person on. And then tomorrow with the news, because there really wasn't much news for JOYTOY, I'm either going to cancel the news and we'll just have the Rogue Trader night starting at 11, or we'll do some Rogue Trader and we'll talk about some of the news from Adepticon, right? I'll show some of the stuff from the Grey Knights. We could talk about the armies. We could talk about the Armageddon set that's coming out. So, and the Codex. And again, we can kind of chop it up regarding that. So, yes, I have I have to start somewhere. So I have some of the things for painting. I just have to give it a shot and not be afraid of it. So we'll see. So again, that is the big thing. I'm going to reach out to some people and see if they're interested in doing this, but I definitely want to have somebody on. So, all right. So that is enough about the news. The only other thing I want to talk about really quickly is I did, which is a little bit different. I did a live stream on Wednesday for the, I collect some of the Marvel Legends. Very rarely do I do, but I have a large Punisher collection. I'm a big Punisher fan. Go figure, right? And I bought the van, right, because it was essentially the Punisher van, right? So I did an unboxing last Wednesday on the Agent Venom figure, which is awesome, besides the fact he's missing a holster and he has terrible weapons, but the sculpt is amazing on him. And then I opened up the van. Now I paid $160. I think there was $50 for shipping, if I remember correctly, or maybe there wasn't. Either way, it was $160 to $200 is what I paid for that van. And I bought it specifically because it looks like the Punisher van, right? It's an armored block van. You can pull the stuff off. It can just be a standard van, which is what was in the comics, or you can have it souped up, right? So during the course of doing it, long story short, no figures that I have can actually fit in the driver's seat. I actually reached out to the gentleman who owns Ramen Toys, and he was cool enough to respond to me. And he said that it's a known issue. Well, not an issue. He essentially told me that he showed me a picture of the figure that they tested it with, which was Storm Shadow, which, to be honest with you, it's a smaller statue figure with not much on him. If you've ever seen, maybe I'll show the pictures another time, but like, and he's scrunched down. So none of my Punisher figures are fitting in that shit. And then he also sent me a video with how to, cut up some of the stuff so you could fit figures in there. Now, it is what it is, right? I have it. I'm probably not going to get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do that guide because I don't think that guide is going to be very useful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop out the bottom piece where the pedals sit, where it's nicely sculpted, so I can actually fit somebody's feet in there. I'm probably going to do it on the passenger side as well because I'm not confident. And if I have one Mezco Punisher, and if you know anything about the Mezco figures, they have these like cloth type of like outfit on, and I do not want to shove my Punisher in there and take pictures of it because it's going to be terrible. I'm going to rip the shit out of them. So anyway, that is the deal with it. You guys will probably get some updates regarding that. And then the other quick thing is I put up a review of my only classified figure that I'm probably going to buy this year, which was, or actually I bought it last year, but it's the classified hit and run custom that I have. And I bought it for like $280 from Stromax Customs. He's an awesome customizer. So if you have a chance, take a look at that video. But anyway, we're going to get to some Warhammer 40k figures. And kind of the theme of this week, which is the Dark Angels. I just want to open up I have so many damn figures to open up for JOYTOY, and this is an easy way for me to open them up. And so I'm trying to theme it out. The end of next week, I'm going to talk to Hobby Goblins because I want to open up my Lionel Johnson, who's sitting in the back right over there. So I want to open him up. But tonight we're going to open up Grand Master Azrael and the two Deathwing Knights that I bought with their, was it Mace of Absolution? So granted, it's two of the same figure, but I'm going to open up him and the Grand Marshal, the Grand Master, sorry, not Grand Marshal, Grand Master Azrael. And yeah, so let's get over to it. Let's take a look and see. Again, I've added some light here. So I think it's not as dark on this side on the left side. So hopefully it looks a bit better. It's a little bit more clear so you guys can see this. And yeah, let me just jump over. Let me swing. Again, the mic should be pretty good because it might go a little bit low sometimes, but not much. But again, so this is the guy that started it all, right? We have our Sons of Horus Praetor with Power Fist, even though I'm not using a Power Fist in the game anymore. And his shit, I always lose the name of this gun. This is the it's essentially a red laser gun. Let's call it the red laser gun. So we're gonna swing them over here, and we're gonna take a look. The first one we're gonna open up tonight will be Grand Master Azrael, because I've been dying to open this figure up. Now this is, when did this figure come out? What is the date on this? 2023. Okay, so this I don't think this isn't the 1.0 buck. This is the 2.0 buck. So it should be better. And he looks like he comes with a whole hell of a lot of accessories. He comes with a... That's weird. So he comes with a sword that can sit in the sheath. So I guess you can't fully sheath the bladed sword. So to deal with that, they just put a... There's got to be more to it. And I'm guessing it has to do with the dude next to him, his little like servant who holds his sword. I guess that there's got to be something along those lines. So we'll open him up. He looks cool. He's very reminiscent of Castellan Garen Crow. He's wearing power armor, not Terminator armor. So he looks cool. So I've been dying to open him up. Let's get the Deathwing Knights out of here. But Jay, Volkite, that's what it's called. Volkite pistol. So Jay, how does the light look? It's obviously much better than it was the first time I did this with the Volkite, with the Son of Horus and the Power Fist Praetor. So, but yeah, so we got Grandmaster Azrael. I'll try to keep it straight. Trying to keep it straight right there. He looks awesome. So let's get to unboxing. So again, these are the older, well, not older, but these are the, I think this is Buck 2. And yeah, he's very reminiscent of Castellan Garen Crow, which, by the way, they actually reissued him. Is it too bright? Let me know if it's too bright. But Castellan Garen Crow is actually, of the Grey Knights, he got a reissue about, I would say 3 weeks ago. And I just put an order into Cool Toys Club, which, by the way, I am an affiliate. I actually just got made an affiliate of LC Locker too, LC Locker. So he looks cool. Again, you know what's so awesome about the JOYTOY figures is, there's a little glint on the top of the screen. Let me try to fix that. Probably a little bit brighter now. Let me know if that's okay. Anyway, we have enough light that's going on in here, I think. But one of the things that's really cool that I really do appreciate with the JOYTOY figures is the clamshell that they come in. You do not have to fight with it to get your figure out. All of the parts are secure, but you can like pull them out. His head looks really cool. It's crazy the wings that all of the angels come with. The dark angels come with. So he's got his head. It looks pretty cool. Nice paint. And then on the back of it, it goes all the way around. Not much shading on it, especially on the ear wing, which I think there's a little bit. There's a little bit of shading on the inside of there, but not much shading. I know the painters are like cringing right now, but again, the one thing I'll say about this is these figures are a lot bigger than the miniatures, and so these require a lot more paint. Granted, they should have just thrown some shading on this, but again, with these V2 figures, if you know the V2 intercessors, they started to not do a lot of paint on them compared to like the version 1, which are more dirty and they have a lot more black. Actually, let's go to him last actually. But he comes with his obligatory stand. He comes with a couple of different hands. Oh, he's got a pointing hand. That's always cool. So he's got his fun painting hand. He's got his fun pointing hand. pointing hand. Or maybe it's, no, it's pistol grip hand. Pistol grip hand, a grip hand, a bunch of fists, another grip hand. What the hell does he have on his hand? So we've got a, looks like a left, oh no, a right pistol grip hand on his hand, right? So it's going to be a left one, extra hands and a fist. So he looks pretty cool. So his, just very reminiscent, like I was saying before, of Crow. He comes with the banner for him, which has his name on it too, just in case when he's fighting, if his brothers don't know where he is, this is going to stand out. But he looks cool. Yeah, very cool. Again, not a lot of, I'm just looking at it right now, first view, and I don't see a lot of shading on the figure generally. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look at the size of this sword. This power sword is awesome. And then this is the dude who knows the dude, who knows the dude. So his little follower, and the scabbard is bent. I'm gonna guess that's why. Well, the sword looks like it can fit in here. No, it can't. All right, so that's the purpose. So they, I don't know why that they made. Oh, I know why they did it. So it can fit in this dude. I get it. I understand. So they needed it. They needed it to be somewhat gummy, even with the sword in there, so that he can. So the little dude, like, you see how gummy that is? So he needs. If the sword was in there, the shit would break. So they needed it to be gummy enough that he is going to be able to hold it. So that is the purpose of this, because this is something strange. I've never seen that before, that I can remember anyway. That the sword doesn't actually fit in the scabbard. It's like this weird hilt thingy, but it makes sense because of the purpose of what these are. And these are, I forgot what's the what are these called? The dark something something on the box. What are these guys called? No. Dark Disciples or something like that? Something like that. But they're, he's cool. Oh, he's got sculpted feet. Look at that. Wow, this dude is not articulated at all, but they actually went that extra mile. Let's take a look at him. So he's got a key book, right, on him. Let's get it up closer to the camera so you can see. So he's got a key book in there. And then on the bottom, he's actually got peg holes and sculpted feet, and they sculpted the robe on the bottom, and they actually put shading on the bottom of the robe. He's all shaded out. That's crazy. I mean, to a certain point, but he has shading on him, which is pretty cool. Granted, it's a PVC figure essentially. He's not moving, but he does his job. He's supposed to be holding the sword. And like I said, now it makes sense why they needed something gummy to be able to hold his sword. So he's here. We have the banner of Azrael there. We have his cool power sword. His bolter is specific to him. And I don't know a lot about Azrael. I actually read a comic that came out, I think, in 2015, 2018, around that time. But it was a comic series about the Dark Angels and an Inquisitor who was hunting them or trying to get something on them regarding their past. And the reason why I picked all of the graphic novels up was because it had the Grey Knights in there. Watchers in the Dark is what they're called. There we go. So they're the Watchers in the Dark. So, and what's the deal with the Watchers in the Dark, Jay? Are they just a bunch of humans who like to carry around swords for Azrael? Because I know there are Watchers in the Dark that comes with the Lion as well. There must be some history with them. And again, I'm not a huge Dark Angels fan, but again, going back to that comic, I read all of the issues. And I actually I'm thinking of doing a comic reading on that, where I cut out all of the verbiage, and kind of like when you see like comic books on YouTube, and do something like that for that 30, not 3 issues. It was like, I think it was like four issues each. So it was like 12 issues total. 4 in each graphic novel for a total of 3, and the Grey Knights were in it, and they had such an awesome cover. So I bought the cover of it. It has an awesome Terminator. But yeah, so it looks really cool. Humanoid species. Okay. They're a weird humanoid species called Caliban. Humanoid species native to the world of Caliban, who serve as their favorite servants. Interesting. Okay. Have they ever seen? Do they look like Ewoks? Calibanese. Interesting. So he's cool. I mean, it's a PVC figure with a PVC sword, with a rubberized plastic sword, and he's holding his sword. So I guess from Azrael's standpoint, it works. Right? Now, looking at his bolter, it's definitely a special bolter. I don't know the name of it, and it doesn't say here. I'm gonna ask Jay for some help here. What is his specialized bolter called? I don't have it on the box, but his bolter looks cool. Has a side magazine for his bolter rounds, which is cool. Looks very cool. I like it. Is that a plasm? An under barrel plasm? That's what that looks like. That's hysterical. That's essentially that's a really cool design. I like that. Imagine the heat though from that thing. He can't be shooting that thing that many times. He's gonna melt the barrel, the insides of what's shooting his bolter rounds. Now I understand why they have the side magazine, because you can't have it here, because it makes sense from the perspective you can't have an underbarrel magazine because you have the plasm pistol or the plasm attachment right there. But this looks pretty cool. I like this. Very cool. I like the blue to signify the plasma. They did a good job with this one. Very cool. There's the top of it. We got the top rail. He doesn't have any rail attachments. I don't see any of the Space Marines with rail attachments. Now that he has rails on the top of his gun, I'm very interested to see if any of the other bolters have the same rail system on here, if they have anything attached. Because that's kind of interesting. That's a very real world thing, but I don't know if that's just for the design or what the practicality of it would be. So now the one thing that sucks is he's got his head on, which means that if this is a 2.0 buck, I'm gonna have to heat him up to get this head off. Excuse me, and I'm gonna have to heat up the new head to get the head on. I would say this: I would like to hit the wings with some black wash, which I know how to do. So maybe I'll do that in the future. Now, his sword is really big. If you compare it to the size of him, I mean, this is a great sword, power sword, essentially. This is huge as hell. So this is cool. This is as big as him. And with him wearing power armor, it kind of makes sense that it's this big. There's no bluish on here to signify that the power sword is on, which, again, with the Grey Knights, the Intercessor one, or some of the Grey Knights ones that they came with, they had that bluish hue on the blade, which signified that the power sword was on. So that would have been nice to have here. Unless if there's a particular reason why they didn't do it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a different type of power sword. So, but this looks cool. I like the robes. He actually has some shading on the robes. It would have looked terrible if they didn't put any type of shading on the robes. It would have looked really bad. And I think the camera's picking up that. So it's called a combi plasm. Secrets of Sword, combo plasm, Lion's Wrath. Sword of Secrets, sword combo, plasm rifle, Lion's Wrath. Okay, so this is called the Lion's Wrath, right? And it has I was thinking, it has a combo of a plasm pistol or plasm gun, and the top portion of the bolter. Again, from playing Space Marine 2, these things run really hot, and I could just imagine he's probably only shooting 1 or 2 of these, kind of like an underbarrel grenade launcher for the real world military application, the M16 variant. But this is going to run really hot, and I would think that if he's shooting more than 2 rounds, he's going to melt the internals of the bolter right above it, or even the barrel, because look at how close that is sitting to there. But anyway, so it actually has pegs on the barrel, so you can throw some gun effects on there too, which is pretty cool. I do like the overall look of this. It looks pretty cool. Very cool. I haven't seen anything like this before. All right, so we got his Lion's Wrath, and then we got the sword, which is called the Sword of Secrets. I'm gonna guess that there's something special about this sword. So, but anyway, looking at Azrael, he's really cool. Again, you're gonna get all the accoutrement, which we know about on these figures. These were all greatly painted. We got a bunch of purity symbols on his left, actually right under his right arm. That looks cool. And on the back, he has a holster. I'm gonna guess that's a bolter pistol. He has a holstered bolter pistol on his back. We got the power pack. This was actually installed already. It was already installed on the figure, which is different because normally they don't come. And it wasn't snap, which is nice. Then he's got some pockets, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then these, what's cool is these purity symbols, purity seals, are just pegged on, I believe, unless I'm breaking it. Yeah, no, this is pegged on. And it's actually it's actually, you can move it, so it's not going to break off, which is pretty cool. What's up, DG? What's going on, dude? Glad you could join us. Are you a Dark Angels fan? Well, this is kind of small. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. What's going on, DG? Are you a Dark Angels fan? Are you a JOYTOY fan? If you are, you've come to the right place, sir. So we're just looking at Azrael right now. Again, this is an older-ish figure, right? Not super old, but older. Facts on his sword. Powerful flaming sword that was once wielded by the angel of death, Azrael. I'm getting that cut off here. I'm going to bring this over. And used to protect the Garden of Eden. Whoa. Really? Holy crap. Okay, that's one hell of a sword. Yeah, I'm the one on the Discord server who got the Dark Angels enchantment. Oh, cool. Very nice, dude. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, you're going to enjoy seeing Azrael. We'll get the Deathwing Knights, 2 of them that I have. We'll bust those guys out, and then next week we're gonna do, which I'm gonna guess you already have them. But I'm gonna finally open up my Lion, which I've had for months, and I haven't opened him up. So, all right, going back to Azrael, we already looked at his belt. We can see the different accoutrement that's sitting on there. We went around it. And then on his armor, he looks really cool. I love this. Again, this is very reminiscent of Castellan Garen Crow. And then let me actually grab him. Sitting right here. I keep referencing him. I'm wearing all the Grey Knight stuff anyway, so I might as well show him off. So again, he's very reminiscent of Crow in the fact that he has very similar, you know, they're both wearing power armor. Their boots are different. I can tell you that right now, looking at their boots. Let me move them down a little bit. Their boots are a little bit different. But yeah, so actually, DG, they actually just re-released Garen Crow about 4 weeks ago. I ordered another one because on this one, this was the original release. There was a couple of loose joints, but it's really his back, his power pack, and the way that, see how it pops right off? That's what I'm talking about. So I want to see if on the re-release that they come out with, if this was fixed somehow, if they made this a better, because this is one of their first figures that they did this with. So I want to see if they made this better, because I could glue this in, but I'm not going to. But again, you can see like the similarities between how much accoutrement. I also think that these were very similar price-wise, and it'll be cool to see. I'll take Crow away in a second, but it'll be cool to see once we get Azrael's helm on, and we compare it, because Crow also came with an unhelmeted head, to see how much, you know, how very alike they are in the power armor and the type of stuff like that. So, all right, so we'll move Crow to the side. See what I mean? See how his pack is falling off? That's so annoying, dude. So again, that's one of the cool things that I will be able to compare when I get the Castell and Garen Crow second edition that's coming. So with the re-release of him. So it'll be identical. It's just I want to see if they fix some of the weird issues there. So all right. So let's get back to Azrael. So again, looking at his armor, very cool. His shoulder armor, he's got the circlet that goes around the arm. Yeah, he does. He has a circlet that goes around the peg on the arm. So it's not attached to either the arm or anything like that. It's the older design, which again makes sense because he's an older figure. His power pack is cool. Oh man, these do not move. Oh, they do. Okay. So they are articulated on his power pack, which doesn't really make much sense anyway. I mean, we can have it pushed out there so it's not blowing heat exhaust from his power pack onto him unless he needs the heat for some reason. But his shoulder looks really cool. I love that. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can see the design and the how much details in that. Very cool. And again, I know that JOYTOY, I'm pretty positive they hand paint these. So these are really cool. Again, I love his chest armor. I love the split with the robe showing the Dark Angels on the front there, which is really cool. Very cool design. I like him a lot. And then he's got the unhooded, so he's not hooded, and his head sculpt is pretty cool too. I mean, you can tell that JOYTOY has gotten a lot better from their first incarnation of human head sculpts. Their first couple ones were pretty horrible. Grab the one that sucked that I made fun of. All right, so this guy was from the Dark Angels review that I did. By the way, it was a shameless plug. Go watch my Dark Angels review. I reviewed like 20-something Dark Angels figures at one time, and he was one of them. Now, he's one of the older Terminator armor. You can see, like, he's supposed to be a Terminator, and he's really small compared to what, like, this is power armor, this is Terminator armor. This is supposed to be way bigger. Maybe not that much, but it's supposed to be bigger. Like when we bust out the other Dark Angels Terminators here in a minute, you're going to see. But the reason why I'm busting him out is because he did not come with a helm. And Vampire Ken here has one of the worst head sculpts that JOYTOY has ever done. So I am happy, very happy to see them up their game on Azrael here. And Vampire Ken, we're going to put him back. Crash and burn. Hell. Break. Wow. Terminators, man. Oh, this one has 2 left legs. Oh, he fell. I'll fix him later. But anyway, getting back to Azrael. Yeah, his head sculpt looks cool. I actually like it. Again, I'm a big proponent of having him having the guys with the helms, but this is a nice head and also has a lot of character to it too. And I've seen him in the comics without his head, and I'm guessing it looks just like the miniature, but in the comics, the comic book that I read, the graphic novel, he looks like Azrael. So this is pretty cool. I got mine too from... Oh, cool. Good. So you did the pre-purchase of them. Hopefully, I'm going to guess you didn't use the affiliate link, but it's no big deal. I want to get all my salamanders all at once. Him and Master Lazarus are probably the best non-Terminator Dark Angels figures. Yeah. I think that guy's the first one. The only problem, again, like... But I would... Is Azrael... terrible face sculpts have to go to Hellebrack. He looks like a skinwalker. Dude, I am staying far away from any of the Black Templars. They look so cool. And I'm trying to limit my collection to what I have. Obviously, I have a massive collection of Grey Knights. I bought like multiples of the Interceptors, which, by the way, I'm getting a huge cosplay created for it, which I'll have later this year. But yeah, I'm trying to stay away from all of the Black Templars because I know I'll go crazy and I'll buy them all. So yeah, and Hellebrak looks awesome, dude. Granted, I'm sure his head sculpt looks terrible that he came with, but I mean, his helmeted head looks awesome. He looks like a knight, right? Which is the point, right? Their whole thing is they're knights. But he looks awesome, dude. Hellebrak looks so cool. So, going back to Azrael, he looks very cool. Great attention to detail. Again, I don't have any of the miniatures of the Dark Angels. I only have the Grey Knights ones. And I am supposing he is an exact match for the miniature. So he looks cool. And again, the robes on this are going to be, they're not really going to be limiting because it's such a pliable material that they use here. But he looks cool. Very cool. And then they got, underneath, they got his knee, his leg armor with the knee skull and the non-knee skull. And then we got painted on the rivets on his leg. So that's cool. Again, overall pretty cool figure. I am dreading right now and taking my time because I know that this head is going to be a pain in the ass to get off. And I'm going to have to throw on my heater in a minute here to try to fit it back on. So let's just get to it. Here comes his head, because he's not going to, because in my collection, I'm not going to have him with a, oh, his head came off pretty easily. Oh, God, I hope that this goes on easily, too. Nope. Oh, we did. Yes. Yes, we won. I don't know what we won, but we won. So he looks cool. Wow, he's, holy crap. Wow, those wings are definitely attention getters. Wow. He looks cool with his wings. Those are some bright red wings on his helm. Wow. I mean, he's the grand, was it the chapter master, Supreme Grand Chapter Master. So I guess it makes sense for him to have these huge red wings in a battle so his brothers can see where he is at all times. And then he's got his banner, very reminiscent, same thing of Crow. Pop this on. What's cool too is if you look, it's not going to move. Like the banner has a specific hole. Get this closer without like getting fuzzy. There we go. So you see how it's shaped? It's shaped so that the hole goes over the peg, and the peg has a flat back or flat front on it, so it's not going to move around on you. Now, the only thing I worry about with this, and the same thing with Crow, is these are very, even like with my, even with my, and I'll bring them over here in a second, my Blade Master, my Blade Guard, because his Iron Halo broke off just like my Blade Guard for the Blood Angels. So I'm a little bit worried. I'm glad that they fixed this in future releases. This is more robust, this type of peg. This is a very skinny peg. So if he takes a dive from my shelf, this shit's breaking immediately. So again, I can kind of get away with it with the Blade Guard, right? But with Azrael, you need his banner on him. That's part of his whole deal, and his whole character and miniature and stuff like that. This makes sense. Same thing with Crow. Like they both need these on here. So he looks cool. I'm a little bit iffy with the composition of this peg that the banner is sitting on. So that's what I was thinking, DG. 100% the same thing for me. If this takes a fall off of my display behind me or my display in the garage, this is definitely going to break off. 1000%. Yeah, his helmet's awesome. Helmet is really good. Again, it makes sense from the perspective of, you know, he's the Grand Chapter Master and stuff like that. There is some, it's hard to see. No, there's no shading or anything on his ears. It doesn't look like it. Maybe it's very, very faint. Hard to tell from here. I don't think so. But I'd like to put a little bit of black wash on that. Hit those ears with a little bit of black wash to bring out the angel pylons on each of those wings a little bit more. Each of those feathers would come out a little bit better, a little bit more pronounced if you hit it with a little bit of black wash, I feel like. But overall, it's pretty cool. All right, let's throw his weapons in his hand. He's got his Lion's Wrath. That. Oh, good. He has a. Even though he's not older, but he has the pliable hands. And if you know, like, even the Raven Guard figures were a pain in the ass to get like their weapons in their hands, but his hands are pliable enough. You can even get the entire skull head over it. Wow, that's cool. Wow, he looks really good, dude. Man. I knew it too. I knew when I ordered him, because normally what I do with the Primarchs, no, it didn't break. I'm just worried about it because I was showing the Salamander with his Iron Halo, which broke off, and the peg on both of them is very similar. I think that the Blade Guard one is a little bit smaller, but I have a Blade Guard Blood Angel figure, and the same thing happened. So I'm a little bit worried that he's going to break off, as well as the same thing with actually, you know what? Crow is way more robust. Look at that. Look at Crow's system. Now you compare it to what they have for Azrael. It's way more robust. I have to look at the peg, actually. I'm afraid to, like, pull this off. Oh, no, this is way... Look at that. Look at how much more robust that is. This is way better compared... I don't even want to pull this off. This is like a tiny, tiny, slim peg. Let me pull it off a little bit. Shit, I feel like I'm going to break it. Oh, man, watch me break this on live. See what I mean? That peg. Look at the difference. Look at the difference between the peg. Oh, where's the power? Here it is. Look at the power packs. All right. So you see the difference on the pegs. Let me pull it off of him. It's already going to come off. So let's just pull it off and show you. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm a bit worried with him. But it looks on the camera. You see what I mean? You see the peg? This just has a circular hole. And this is the peg. Look at the size of the peg difference here. You see what I mean? You see how much more robust Crow's system is for this? This is why I'm not worried about Crow and his banner breaking. This one, though, is very iffy, man. I mean, if Azrael takes a dive, 1,000% that stuff is going to break. So, yeah, so DG had his break, which sucks. My Black Templar Blade Guard didn't break when he fell 4 feet. Oh, wow. Now, does the Black Templar... I'm going to guess that it's the same because I had the first release of the Blade Guards with the Blood Angel, and then this one is identical to him. So, I wonder if they reinforced it on yours. I don't think so, though. I think that the Black Templar was released with the Salamander one. So, very cool, though. His stuff is pegging off for some reason. But he's cool. I'm very happy that I did not have to heat up that head to get it on. God, dude. I have too many desk figures, dude. Jeez. So anyway, so looking back at Azrael, let's throw his stuff back on. We got his power pack on. He is a very cool looking figure. The one thing I'll say I notice is because he has the hood on the back, there's a little gappage in right there. Let's see. There's a little bit of gappage between his power pack and him. So it's not going to sit completely flush. But the only thing, again, that I'm worried about is just the peg system here. And I guess I understand why they did it like this. But it's a very iffy thing. Because if he falls, he's breaking. That peg system is... He's definitely 1,000%. He's going to break. So here's we go Watchers in the Dark. So this looks cool. Let me get his hands out of the way because we don't need all those extra hands. We got his thing. We got his extra head, which we're never going to use again. But he looks cool. Excuse me. He looks cool. We got the Watchers in the Dark. Here we got him. Very cool. Oh, his sword is so massive, dude. So now I'm going to do a quick comparison now that we got his helmet on and he's fully kitted up. I want to throw Crow next to him, and I want to see what you guys think. What is the better figure? As his demon fire falls off of his sword, I already know the answer to this one, but I'm going to give you guys the option to answer it as well. And hint, it's because the winner is what I'm wearing right now, but here we go with Crow, and here we go with Azrael. And they're both awesome looking figures. Crow's fire. The only problem with Crow is his hands, too. They don't really hold the sword super tightly because this demon fire, it's not very... It turns the sword into a very heavy piece of plastic with it on. But he looks pretty cool. If we bring it over, let's get all this stuff out of the way. We'll keep the Watcher there, because he's a Watcher. So yeah, so we got the Watcher. So Crow comes with everything that you see here. Sound like a commercial. But Crow comes with everything here. And I believe that these are similar priced figures, because they're both... Well, Crow is essentially, I mean, he's a Purifier Chapter Master, essentially. And Azrael is the Chapter Master of the entire Dark Angels. So... we gotta bring it down, actually. He's got an iron halo on the top of his thing. And he's got that. Oh, man. Let's just... These guys are so tall. Jeez. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. So, looks cool. Let's see back. There we go. So, it looks cool. I think between the two, for me, Crow is the clear winner. I think Azrael is really cool. But, and I will say, comparing the two... Azrael definitely holds his sword better. But I want to get the re-release of Crow, and I want to see if they fix some stuff. They made it a little bit tighter on the grip. They made it a little bit tighter on some of the joints. And the back piece, see how it pops off? His power pack is just constantly falling off because these pegs are not thick enough that are sitting on his back. So, all right. I'm not going to turn this into a Grey Knights review, even though I want to. We're going to throw him to the side. And my final thoughts on Azrael. I'll let you guys know. Throw back into the display. By the way, I have all of my Grey Knights, like 25 Grey Knights, in this huge glass circular display. So anyway, so Azrael, what do I think? Great figure. Again, the only problem for me is the peg system on the back. I think that peg on the power pack is a fault point. His sword is awesome. He holds all of his weapons really tightly. His hands are the more malleable hands. So they're not the older hands, which are you literally have to fight with to get on. And everything on him is awesome. It looks really cool. Again, the wings on his helm could probably use with a little bit of a black wash. But yeah. What's up, Smoke? Or we're gonna call you by your call sign, which is heavy. Hopefully I'm not if you ever want to get rid of some here. Crow by a mile, yeah. Crow's awesome. Whole live celebrating, eating out with my wife. Oh, cool. Very cool. But like, you're not missing anything. Like I said, Smoke, we're gonna keep doing these every week, dude. We're gonna get through every single figure that I have. But yeah, like I said, I think Crow definitely wins. Hopefully after getting the new. We'll see. We will see. I'm very interested in, like I said, I want to see if they fix the stuff on Crow. But looking at Azrael, because we're talking, even though I'm wearing all Grey Knight stuff, we're talking Dark Angels this week, right? Talking Dark Angels. He looks cool. I like him, and he's very sturdy. No loose joints, no problems like Crow has. He holds his weapon really well. I like his Lion's Wrath weapon. I really like that under barrel plasm. I don't know how, like, it obviously would have to, they've got to make some kind of, like, he's probably only shooting that thing once or twice. at the most, and then waiting for that thing to really cool down because it's gonna melt the internals of the top bolter on there. I appreciate the design with the side loading bolter. They didn't just stick a magazine on underneath it, which I'm guessing is from the miniature. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him overall. Let's see. Out of all the chapter successor captures, what is your least favorite? My least favorite. So we're gonna go. I'll say first the one that is my least favorite is we're gonna say traitors and loyalists, right? For traitors, it's the Emperor's Children. I don't like the Emperor's Children at all. I think they're weird. That and the Thousand Sons, because I fought them so many damn times in Space Marine 2. They're just annoying and kind of boring. It's either actually, you know what? It's the Thousand Sons, because Magnus sucks. Like I bought him just because I'm buying all the chapter masters, but like I don't know. I don't like the Thousand Sons. I don't like Thousand Sons at all. So that's the chaos. That's the traitors. And then the least favorite on the loyalist, I would have to say White Scars are pretty cool. I don't know a lot about them. Jagachai Khan is supposed to be really cool. Sunny is probably going to kill me for saying this, but I don't like the Iron Hands. I think they're kind of boring. We're going to have the Adepted Mechanicus, and we have Tech Marines, right, for each of the chapters. So I think that the Iron Warriors are kind of blah, kind of boring. But then again, I don't know a lot of their lore. I only know a lot of the Blood Angels, Grey Knights, Raven Guard, some Salamander stuff, some Dark Angel stuff. But Iron Hands seem the most boring to me, to be honest with you. So the Emperor's Fists are pretty cool. The only problem with the Emperor's Fist to me is that yellow makes them look like construction workers, or at least in America. Like I know that yellow from Tonka trucks when I was a kid, so that's the problem with them for me. But yeah, so for chaos, it's Thousand Sons, and for loyalists, I would have to say it's what did I just say? The Iron Hands. So, Sonny, don't kill me. But anyway, we'll have Sonny on the show next week on next Saturday. So we'll probably do an unboxing, or we'll do a news or something. We'll figure out something that we're gonna do with Sonny. So yeah, so overall, Azrael looks awesome. Again, like I said, really quickly, out of a rating between 1 and 10 for this figure, I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I think it's awesome. I think it looks great. The weak point on this figure is definitely the peg system on his back for his banner, and the only other point that I'll make is they should have done some black wash, a little tiny bit on these wings, on his angel ears, rings, red, whatever, the red wings on his helm, unless they're supposed to be that red without any type of detail on the wings, the pinions itself. Yeah. But other than that, he's awesome. Really cool. And I like the Watcher in the dark. And like I said, I was a little confused why the sword was like this. And you can't actually get his sword in the scabbard because of this. It's because the Watcher in the dark, this sword, the way that the Watcher in the dark is set up, has to be able to be bent somewhat. And if you see, it's... Let me see. There we go. It's a little warped, but it's because he's holding it. And because he's holding it at an angle a little bit, they need the sword to be able to bend. And if that sword was in that scabbard, this sword is a very rigid, as you know, it's a very rigid plastic. This will just snap if he's trying to hold it like that. So at least they knew in advance this was going to be a problem. So, yeah, not the children. So, like I said, the Thousand Sons. Am I saying that right? It's the Emperor's Children, right? All right, so what's up, Quintero? What's going on, dude? Glad you could join us, sir. Yeah, they're meant to be a tad red. They're given from a superior officer to represent a status achievement. Okay, so then I take back that. So then I would up him to an 8. 7.8. 7.8. Yeah. Probably 7.8 is what I do. He's an awesome figure. Like I said, the only problem is and I do appreciate that his power pack is nice and tight if it's not, completely flush. But yeah, then the only problem with me for him is that breakage point on the banner on his back. So yeah, the Watcher in the Dark is cool. Like the paint. Yeah. Cool figure. Very cool. All right, so let's do like the Laurels of Victory. Ah, I get it. All right, so we got Azrael. We'll throw him to the side. We might have to move him completely off the table. We'll see in a second here. But we got two of the same, which is the Deathwing Knights. Now, my whole deal is I'm buying, if I don't collect the chapter, I'm buying all the Primarchs. So if I don't collect the chapter, to go with the Primarchs, I'm picking out two of the same character in general, to go with with that Primarch. The only thing that I changed with Dark Angels was I saw how cool Azrael was, and I already had Crow, and I thought Azrael was going to be awesome, which he is. And then I ordered two of the Deathwing Knights because they look so cool, dude. I love that hooded, helmeted head. If you see any pictures from me from when I played paintball, I love wearing a hood. I think it looks so cool. Granted, your peripheral vision sucks ass, but the hood looks cool. And when they're wearing a mask, I mean, that's like golden to me. That's awesome. And again, like I said, it's the same thing for me for paintball. So seeing these dudes, I think there was 3 variations of these, but I think one with with no hood and just the mask, then one with a hood and then a human face, and then one with the hood and the mask. And obviously I had to go with these guys. So, very, very cool. Just telling after the best. Oh, cool. Very cool. Who won tonight, by the way? Is your bracket busted already? That helmet used to belong to the Lion. I know most people don't bring that up. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, actually, you know what? That actually reminds me. Huh. So wait a second. How does that work? Because isn't the lion like way more, isn't the lion's head like humongously bigger than him? Like I would think that he's like way, way bigger. Way, way bigger. So yeah, very cool. I'm very happy. So again, I bought 2 of these. We're gonna open up both of them, but for Kilder's religion, most insane lore. So the only, like I said, the only, if that's true, but the lion's head's supposed to be way bigger. It's supposed to be way bigger. There's probably 30K lion. Okay. Okay. My Final 4 in existence of a Duke, Florida won tonight. Ah, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, so we're gonna bust out the Deathwing Knight. I'm actually very interesting. I'm very interested in seeing the size of him, and we're gonna bring back Vampire Ken, and you missed it before, Ink, where I brought out Vampire Ken from the Terminator line. And I want to see size-wise how these Terminators compare to those Blood Angel Terminators from the first run. I want to see if they're... I would assume that these are going to be a lot bigger. So, and again, looking on the back, he comes with an awesome-looking shield. He comes with 2 knives, and he comes with a cool mace. So, very cool. And I love the bone white color on these. Very cool. Pulling him out, we get the same thing. I can already tell you he's bigger than Vampire Ken. He's definitely bigger than Vampire Ken. But he looks cool. And again, as I said before, and on every single time I pull a JOYTOY figure out, I appreciate these clamshells, especially if you have a McFarlane figure or bought a McFarlane figure and you're sitting there having wars trying to get your friggin' figure out. I'm dreading the fact that I have 50 Tyranid Gene Stealers, and I'm gonna have to like pull all of them out to create my ball display later this summer. I'm not looking. That's not going to be fun. But we got some plastic here. He looks cool. We'll take him out in a second, but let's see if I can get these pieces out without flipping him. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh, that's not good. God, it's only water. All right, let's use our little scalpel here. Probably not the best idea, but we're going to pop out some of the hands. Watch me, like, stab myself on camera and have to go to the emergency room. That would be fitting. So he has these two humongous hands. We got one grippy hand, and we got one pistol grip hand. And here's his knives. Cool. Very cool. How do these go on? Oh, I see. He's got rope to sit them in their holster. So this kind of is, I was saying with Zephos, Dominion Zephos, that he was really the first figure that was able to like holster his pistols. And that's still true, but these are holstered weapons that come out. That's pretty cool. So his knives look cool. Very cool. And they're just identical. Yep. Just identical. And then we get his mace. His power mace, rather. Let me say that correctly. Oh, this thing is spiky. This is cool. Move him so you can get a better look. Should have done that before with the knives too. But the mace looks cool. Very nice. Very, very cool. Very nice. And then we get the shield. Oh, the shield's big and beefy. This is definitely... Again, with any of JOYTOY's shields, like, you know that they're coming... Like, this is a big piece of plastic. This looks cool. You can see the detail on the back of the shield, which I appreciate. Very cool. Let's look at chat really quick, see what's going on. Let me move the Deathwing Trimmer back into position. Wraith the Third... What was I saying? Wraith Third variation of the Trimmers, a Captain one with the triple mace. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was like a cat of nine tails he had, right? I get it. So you're talking about the one with the human face, right? Where he's not wearing a mask or a hood. I think he's wearing a hood, but he has his human face showing. See, some of the dudes are getting the new Custodia stuff, but no love here. Yeah, I saw they're starting to send those out. Actually, you know what I'll do tomorrow? I'll see, because I ordered mine from Cool Toys Club, and they usually get them pretty quick. So I'll see if actually, you know what? Let me do that right now. Let me see if they sent my figures out yet. Actually, well, I'll do it on my phone. Probably quicker. Let me see. I'll let you know, Quintero, right now if mine have been sent out from Cool Toys Club, and if they haven't, I'm gonna ask Mr. Loy to send them out as fast as possible. Because now that I'm doing these reviews like this, I have no problem like doing them as fast. Once I get them in, we'll do a review right away. So what do we got? So that was already delivered. Yeah, it's hard seeing, like, looking at your things, trying to figure out which is which. I just looked at that. It's not going to be that one. And it might be this one. No. It's not this one either. Nope. Nope. We got to go down farther. Shit, I ordered a lot, man. Should have used my I should have used my my code on these, or my link, but I didn't have it at the time. 'Cause I would have made a lot of money from this stuff. Oh man, I don't. I'm gonna have to look off the search unless I can find it really quickly. No, I'm gonna have to look on the side. I'll update you tomorrow, Quintero, and see if I on the when we do the news thing, and I'll let you know if mine were sent out. So, yeah, Power Mace is cool. I like it. It's very cool. The shield is bad, dude. The shield is so chunky and cool looking. I'm a sucker for shields. Like I love the fact that we got those Blood Angel, Blood Paladins with the unbelievably badass shields. Like those are the best shields by far that I've seen. But this is a really good shield. I love the sculpting on the back. I'm very appreciative when they have like sculpting on the back. There's actually even some shading on the back, which is cool. But this bone white looks so cool with that silver. And then we got the Watcher in the dark. Haha, see, I remember that. With the two swords. And even though one sword looks like it's cut in half, it's fine. But the shield looks pretty cool. I didn't order them from the link for now. So, oh, cool. I appreciate it. Again, Quintero, if you can, that'd be awesome. Anybody who's listening to it, I'm an affiliate with Cool Toys Club. I'm going to be one with Locker also. And then too many, dude. I'm looking at my orders from Cool Toys Club and I can't even tell what's what. So I ordered way too much. But then again, actually, no, I didn't order way too much because if my wife is watching this, I did not order too much because I stopped buying other shit. So it's just JOYTOY stuff, really. Other than that disappointing van I picked up. All right, just looking back at it, make sure it's not broke because we had a Terminator fall on my van back there. So looking at the figure, and we're gonna grab Vampire Ken. We'll do a quick comparison. Oh, this is not Vampire Ken here. We're gonna see size comparison wise. Should probably put the cap on that. Yeah, he's shorter. Look at that. Yep. Vampire Ken is definitely shorter. It's kind of disappointing too, because even here's the thing. Like, even if you want to say this dude is a Primarch, and this is a Firstborn, they're wearing Terminator armor. I don't think the Adepta Mechanicus is making Terminator armor that much bigger, because for a lot of the legions, the Terminator armor is precious to them, right? Except for the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights, every single one of the Grey Knights apparently has Terminator armor available to them the moment that they become a brother. But my problem here is the scale. Again, I don't really care that much, but if we're looking at it from a lore perspective, I don't buy that this dude, Vampire Ken, is a Firstborn, and this is a Primaris Marine, because they're both wearing Terminator armor. There shouldn't be that difference between Terminator armor. Now, what's cool is I can just add some more height to his thighs, and that would bring him up, because it's really the thighs that bring him down in scale. Because if you look at the figures, like the other guy's thigh, even the legs, it's just the legs that are really the difference. He's got these small little legs on him. I'm in the JOYTOY server, makes leg extensions. Oh, cool. Very cool. That's cool, actually. And see, I'm right on target. It's the legs. It's the rest of the body is okay. Like Vampire Ken is pretty cool. I actually have to get a Terminator helm for him. He didn't come with one, but I have to get a Blood Angels Terminator helm. But yeah, it's just the legs that is really the biggest problem with the fact that he's so short, right? He looks like a little shorty compared to him. But yeah, so that is Vampire Ken. Looking at this dude though, he's very cool. I love the paint on him. Very cool paint. He's got shading on his green tabard, just sitting on the front. I love that head, dude. Oh man, I'm such a sucker for that helm. He's got his eyes. Dude, again, if you see any of my paintball pictures from years ago, I wear the paintball. I have a specialized paintball mask, and I wear a black hood. So this is cool. And then he's got the Dark Angel sword on his helm, on his hood head, right there. That looks cool. He's got, it looks like a targeting reticule on his top of his helm. Although he doesn't have a, doesn't come with a bolt or anything like that, so I don't know why he would need that. It's gotta serve a different purpose. But nice. What's cool is on one of the figures that I got from the Blood Angel Terminator, she actually came with 2 left thighs. So that's not the case. I haven't had that case again. So I haven't had the case on any of my other figures with them coming like that. So they've done a lot better with their quality control. He's got these 2 pipes which are malleable, which are attached from his, I want to say his back of his elbow, or the back of his arm almost, to his wrist. Now, are these supposed to be... You guys can help me out with this, because this is definitely some sort of... These flamethrowers that he has, are they supposed to be... if you've read 92 Horror, you ain't... Dudes ain't the same size. To be fair, if you read 92 Horus Heresy and another 200k novel, dudes ain't the same size. Yeah. Blood Angels is a hunchback. Yeah, that's why I call him Vampire Ken. In actuality, well, hold on. In actual lore, they're around 2 feet taller than the first one. So they are actually. Interesting. I don't know, guys. Complain that the custodians should be taller, but went back and read, and they have custom armor. They aren't necessarily taller, just less bulky. I think people get to it. I mean, listen, I'm really talking about the size comparison because a lot of people talk about it, and it's a little bit, it's definitely noticeable. But to be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care. These are such cool figures. Even Vampire Ken, like, all I need to do is get a better head on him, and he's set. Like, I don't have to worry about Vampire Ken anymore. I'll just have a Terminator head. And he's such a cool figure. Look at how much detail is on him. Even he has better shading than some of the other figures from the second edition that came out. So he's cool. And his on his back of his head, that symbol is very solid. So looking at the Terminator from the front, again, he's got some shading on his green robes. I don't know why I said blue there. He's got some shading on his green robes. He's got some shading on that bone colored white armor. Underneath his tabard, you can see, oh, the legs look so cool. Very cool. Dude, this is a very sturdy figure. Nothing is falling off. Nothing is too loose. Very cool. You can see, yeah, this is the 2.0 with the shoulders attached to the actual, I don't know if I can get this on the camera, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The shoulder pads are attached to the top of the shoulders. They're not a ring system that goes around the peg of the shoulders. And it has a little bit of a butterfly joint. You can see that there. So he looks cool. I'm very happy with this guy. But again, his under wrist, I'm gonna guess there's some type of, either they gotta be a flamethrower, or is that a bolter? Like, what is that underneath there? Primaris don't have Terminator armor. Technically, GW has dumped the word Primaris now, and they have the Gravis armor. Look at the new kits. Primaris is Primaris word is disappearing. Oh, it is. Because they talked about it a lot in the game, where I really learned about what Primaris Marines were from, what was it called? Battle Sector. They really explained everything in there. That's where I got a lot of my lore explanation from. That, and obviously the Remembrancer and Sandman of Terror. So their Terminator armor is just a modified version of the Firstborn, and they just recalled it. Primaris armor is different. Okay. Find me the poor Primaris in those new Terminator kits. Uh-oh. We got a war going on in the chat. I'm gonna move on a little bit here so I can get away from that. But again, if you guys can help me out, I'm gonna guess that this is either a bolter or it's excuse me, it's a flamethrower of sorts, right? because that's what I'm thinking. So he has some armaments, some range armaments on him, especially as a Terminator. I would think he has something, and he has that reticule on his top of his helm, but his head can. There's not much articulation you're gonna get with the head because of the hood that's in there. His hands and everything. That's about as much as you're gonna get, which is the reach of these pipes anyway, which is fine. And then, like I said, there's shading on here. There's some shading on the bone white armor. Looking on his back, it's the standard Terminator back we're used to. All right, we got the little skull in there. His shoulders look cool. Very standard stuff. We got the Dark Angel's chapter symbol. Very cool, dude. He's very solid. I want to compare him to the new Terminator, because this one is really big, dude. This is the Blood Angel. This is the newest model of the Terminator that JOYTOY came out with. And I want to see if they're similar in size. They are. So it looks like the feet are different. Yeah, the feet are different. The legs are different. The backs are different. Tops are different. Yeah, these guys are, you know what's cool is they're pretty much the same size. So it's nice. It's nice because these are in the newest version of the Terminators, these Blood Angel ones that they've come out with. So that's cool. But going back to our Deathwing Terminator here. Very cool. I love the bone white looks so cool with the shading on it. Very nice. All right, so let's get him geared up. How do these go in? Oh. Seriously? Does it hold it like that? No way. Is that how it holds it? Oh, I guess so. Well, it just kind of like, it's just how tight the plastic rope is holding the, I guess it works, right? It's fine. Yeah. It works. No problem. I mean, it's not falling out, so that's the only worry about something like this. But it is not falling out. And getting it in is a little bit of a tight fit, but it's tight enough where it's not going to fall out. So that's actually a good design. Good job. Good job, JOYTOY. Very cool. Get in there without breaking. All right, so we get his two. I mean, this would be a power sword for an Astra Militarum, but yeah, we get the two knives. His power knives or knives period in here. A little awkward. I guess we gotta swing it here. That one piece keeps coming off. He's got his two knives. His little plate armor just pegs back in here. I like the shading on this bone white. I know, again, like I keep saying, the painters are going to be like, oh, it's not enough shading. And I understand that. But these are larger figures, and like, if you're can you imagine trying to paint this thing? Like, if you had a whole army of these guys, let's say 5 of these for the tabletop, do you imagine how long it would take you to paint these up? It would take you forever. So anyway, so he looks cool. We got his knives in there. I don't know why they have him with a pistol grip hand. Yeah, his mace. Yeah, we're going to take this off. Let's see how much of a pain it is to get back on. This popped off pretty well. Yeah, I'm going to have to eat this up. That sucks. I feel like I'm going to give it one good shot to get this hand on this peg. Come on. Oh, almost got it. I got it. Yay. All right. As I wake up my kids, and my wife is going to kill me. Yeah, so we got his 2 grip hands on there. We got the nice. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a pain. Oh, hopefully his hand opens up. Yes, it opens up. Okay, so we're going to have to open up his hand to get this in here. Oh, man. Painful. At least it opens up. Some of the you guys know the pain with the older hands, man. Those things would not open up. And it closes actually pretty good. Look at how nice that looks, dude. Very cool. Very simplistic, very solid. I like this figure. I knew it too. I knew it when I saw he came. I wanted to. Oh man, this thing is spiky, dude. Oh, oh man, I almost drew blood, dude. Oh, he is so cool. Oh, I like him more than Azrael. I'm glad I got two of these, dude. Big and bulky with a shield. Yes, please. This is awesome. Very cool. I am very happy with him. Very happy. Let me put this back before I kill myself. All right. Very happy. Dude, he looks awesome. Dude, his jeez, dude. It's just spiky, spiky, spiky. Wow, dude. His shield is awesome. And he closes around that shield. His hand tightens. Because it's that malleable plastic. On these second or third edition. I want to say this is third edition because he's the same as the other Terminator. But he looks so cool, dude. Look at that mace, dude. He looks awesome. Let's go to the chat. Here we go. Man, the chat is flying right now. Where the hell did I end? Let's see here. This is marketing BS is where I went. There we go. Here it is. All right, so marketing is BS. Gravis armor still becoming the indomitable armor. Yep. They have no shooting. Something fell. They have no shooting. Okay, so there is no. What the hell is that under his arm though? It's got to be something, unless it's just reinforced strength. I don't know. I come in peace. What's up, Sonny? I played DA in the game. Haven't seen any Dominus armor with heavy flamers. I think that's mostly Gravis. I came in peace, but I get in pieces. I get left pieces. The new Custodes Terminator is gonna tower over them. He's almost as big as the Gilman. Wow, that's interesting. Those are some big ones. I ordered the one with the huge Wolverine claw. So, no force to scatter through the bomb. Yeah, that's what I did. Yep. They reused parts here and there. The iron hands. Good thing. Good thing. Sonny wasn't in here before when I talked about when I was asked the question of what is my least favorite chapters. Don't worry, Sonny. Just forget what I'm talking about. I saw a picture of the Aquilian Terminators. They're same size as the new SM terms. There's a server that has a pics of it. That dude is a gigantic. Wow. No shooting weapons. These Terminators, so you know. Okay, so you're confirming that. Actually sad how they pushed the Firstborn to the back row seats with the introduction of Primaris. Okay. I saw it on some Japanese site, blah, blah, blah. I went to race Discord server. He's not on these near these figs. Okay. Actually, in the game, they aren't this big. Own 12, but they're older figures in resin. Absolution Terminators are a must. Dude, these guys are so amazing, dude. Spiky, I wonder how that got through quality. Well, these are 15 plus. So, falling asleep at work. Come on, Jay. You almost, just a little bit longer, dude. We're going to do some Space Marine 2 tonight, too. See when I get mine. Yeah, you didn't get the joke. I come a piece of movie. All right, so I'm caught up on chat. So again, dude, this is so I have to say, dude, when we compare him to the Terminator of the most recent one, at least that I've gotten, with the Power Fist. The Power Fist, right? Yeah, it's Power Fist. Yeah, it's very impressive, dude. I love these ones. These guys, him, Azrael, and when I finally open up Lion next week, they're gonna look so cool on display. And they're gonna take some awesome pictures when I finally get to taking pictures of all the Primarchs and all my figures opened up. Which, by the way, is one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like a whole thing of photos outside, and I have a whole thing in my garage set up for special photos. So it's gonna be an awesome photo shoot. These guys, I feel like I knocked it out of the park with the selection, dude. I don't know what you guys think, but like, I looked at the helm and the hood, and then I was like, I want these guys. So I think I picked the right one to get. I wasn't gonna get all three, and I wasn't gonna get 1 and 2. I was gonna get 1 and 1. So I was gonna get the same exact one to stand beside Lion. So these guys are cool, dude. So awesome. I'm so happy, dude. I am quickly becoming a Dark Angel fan, especially from the stuff that I've done this past week. Very cool. Very cool. So we're going to open up the other one really quickly because it's going to be identical. They got 2 of the same one. So we'll do this quick because we know, because I just want to get a comparison how cool they're going to look together. So cool, dude. I'm very happy. Let me do this as fast as I can. Alrighty, we will take off. That's the figure stand I fell before. We got the figure stand. Do you guys use the figure stands with these, by the way? I feel like some of these, like the Terminator scale ones, you don't need to use the figure stands. The only ones I use them on really are the power armor figures that I haven't thrown magnets into their feet. Like the sisters I have all my Adeptus Sororitas with the magnets attached. I have I didn't finish all my Grey Knights power armor ones with the magnets yet, so I'll do that. Alright, so we got the fist. Dude, he's so cool. I am so happy I went with this variant. I went with this model of him to get 2 of this one. This is the coolest one by far. I think this is I think Quintero, you have these, right? So what did you think of the other ones? Are they as cool as these ones? I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. I think these are the coolest ones. I think I made the right call on these. Oh, you know what? It should be into him. That's the way it should be. The 2 knives should be facing somewhat inside. Yeah, there we go. This one's gonna at least be the right way. Excuse me. By the way, I'm almost better from my cold that I had last night. As you can tell, I'm not sniffling like I was constantly last night. So, sorry I'm not looking at the camera. But I want to get this guy done as fast as possible. Very cool. You know what? I'm going to throw his shield in his opposite hand. So that when he's standing... Oh, man. This one's going to be a hard one. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Get that hand open, buddy. There we go. Got it. Alright, so we got the shield in the opposite hand. These guys are going to look so cool next to... Oh, my God. We got the spiky spike mace. Oh, these guys. Even now, they're going to look so cool. Let me get the hands out of here. By the way, how many sets of hands do you guys have? You can make like an extra 5 figures with the plastic from the hands that I have. Oh, my God. I don't want to, like, jab myself again. Oh, man. These guys are so cool, dude. Look at this. Look how cool they look. And we're going to have one on each side of the lion eventually. They look so cool. And then again, we'll do it just for a size comparison just so you guys can see. There we go with the Blood Angels Terminator. And then we got the 2 Deathwing ones. So cool. And then again, just for size comparison, we'll get Vampire Ken back in here. And I got to get those leg extensions on him. And a new head. But here we go with Vampire Ken. Alright. He's got some size problems. And for good measure, again, one of my favorites. I don't know, man. These guys are so cool. Look at that. Look at that compared to the Blood Angel paladins, dude. So cool. That's I think it's the Praetor. He's a tall man. He's cool. Was he wearing Gravis armor? I think he's wearing Gravis armor. Very cool. I mean, the ornament on the Blood Angel Paladins, because the Horus Heresy figures, is way more. But these guys are no slouch. Those Deathwing Terminators are awesome. Very cool, dude. I'll have to fix the display stand after this. But yeah, here we go. So let's get Azrael in here. Put him back. But look at that, dude. Look at the Watcher in the dark. In here, I'll bring him over a little bit. We'll get the Watcher in the dark, even though he's holding a sword that Azrael already has in his hand. Look at how cool that looks, dude. Oh, man. Very cool. Chat is going crazy right now. What am I back? Oh, God in heaven. Cool figure. They'll order a few. Might order a few now. They're very cool. Yeah, dude. Dude, these Deathwing Terminators, awesome. I'm caught up in chat now. Over here, the two Dark Angel Terminators with the hippo helmets are awesome. The Ancient and the Chapter Champion. I want that Assault Cannon Terminator, but also, yeah, as I know you want. We need more Iron Hands. I was saying before that they're probably, the Iron Hands are my least liked Loyalist chapter, but I just don't know a lot of them, and they really haven't released that many of them. You own Custodes, Alliance Terminator size comparison. I'm good to see you said. Dude, I was actually went to my garage before Quintero, and I have the original 3 Custody Terminators that were released, which are massive. I'll be interested to see how big they are with these. And then I have the Blade Champion and some of the Power Armor variants that they came out with. So I have, I think 4 Custodes to open on top of the other 3, which I've already opened and I have, which I'll show when I do the opening on the Custodes. But yeah, they're very cool. Cool. Let's see what doing. Maelstrom changes. Blah blah. Where's the axe? Allows reduces the size. Which one are you talking about? Like I said, top 5 are Salamanders, Black Templars, Blood Angels, Imperial Fist, and Space Wolves. Oh God, you like Space Wolves, Jay? Oh my God. Yeah, did you use the stand? Okay. Jeez, dude, you guys are going crazy with the chat. My top picks are Iron Hands, Raptors, Raven Guard, and Black Consoles. Top 5 is so typical. So I don't know what I like. Yeah, the Raptors are cool. Actually, I saw the company that was making my cosplay of the Grey Knights. This guy did a he had them make an Intercessor, and I thought it was a Raptor because it's more of the the olive green than it is of the bright green of the forest bright green of the Salamanders. So I was mistaken. It wasn't a Raptor. Yeah, Salamanders are cool, dude. They are my 4th Legion now. There's parts here and there. Yes. What's wrong with the space? Well, the reason why I don't like the Space Wolves has to do with the book, The Emperor's Gift, which I'm looking at right now, which I have the special edition of. And in that book, the Space Wolves do the Grey Knights dirty. Not in essence. I mean, it's really the Grey Knights being dicks, to be honest with you. But like, I didn't like seeing one of the Grey Knights get destroyed by, I think it was Logar. He like kicked his ass, and he was the Grey Knight who was like a chapter master, or not chapter master. He's I forget what they called him, but he was a high level Grey Knight, and he just got annihilated by the, I think it was Logar. So yeah, that's what I thought this guy's cosplay was like, and I just did that reaction video to the Raptors, that the what's the gentleman's name made, and I had Raptors on mine when I saw it, and that green was 100% Raptors. So yeah, that's what I liked about that video. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. I'm sure you've seen it though, of the Raptors. So final thoughts here. Again, I gave Azrael a 7.8. Again, the only problem with him was the fault point on the power pack where his banner attaches. These Deathwing Terminators have no problems whatsoever, dude. They are big, bulky. Their joints are great. Everything is super tight on them. Not too tight, like you're going to feel like you're going to rip them apart trying to move them. The shields are awesome. This is the spikiest mace that I've seen. But it is cool, dude. And I like the paint. There's enough of a wash on these Terminators with their bone white armor and their green tabards and their awesome masks with their hood on, which I'm a sucker for. They are so cool, dude. And the shields are awesome. And they come with these extra knives, which they'll never use. But yeah, dude, they are very cool. I'm very excited about opening up Lion now that I have a good setup to go with him. Very cool. I'm contemplating buying more Dark Angels, especially after this week of all the stuff that I've done. And I've done, like, I did a video or a short animating all of the JOYTOY Dark Angels that they've come out with, except for the Blade Guard. That's the only one I didn't do. Excuse me. But man, I'm almost gotta stop it. I'm almost pulling the Dark Angels into my 5th chapter that I'm gonna collect. So, oh man. And the good thing is I'm staying away from the Black Templars, so I like can talk myself into the Dark Angels. Actually, it would be the 5th. Yeah, it would be the 5th one, because I'm doing Grey Knights number 1, number 2 is Blood Angel, number 3 is Raven Guard. I'm saying this and this sounds too much. Number 4 is Salamanders, which just happened, and number 5 looks like there's going to be a number 5, and it might be the Dark Angels. I'm pretty sure, especially if I open up the Lion and he's as cool as I think he's going to be. Again, I play a Bulwark in Space Marine 2, so I am just a complete sucker for like sword and board and a dude that looks that cool. By the way, you got to look at if you haven't seen any of the shorts that I've done for like the Dark Angels weeks, you guys have got to check them out. They're pretty cool. At least I think they're cool. Or if you don't think they're cool, tell me what I can do better with them to make them cooler. But again, 7.8 for Azrael. I think these are a 9, dude. These are a 9. These Deathwing Terminators are a 9. I love these Deathwing Terminators. This might be my I can't have them both on my desk because they're so big, but I think I'm gonna retire one of the other 3. I have a Salamander Blade Guard, which is gonna stay. I have my Power Fist Sons of Horus guy, and I think we're gonna retire Lord Invocatus from last week, and we'll stick him in the garage with the other with my other Chaos guys to eventually be reviewed. But these are awesome, dude. I love, dude, these guys are so cool and bulky, and they're just like, there's not a lot of extra, like this banner, I'd be worried about having him out on my desk, right? I'd be worried about him breaking somehow. But these guys are so like compact and like bulky and like well put together. I can have him sitting on my desk and like not worry. If he would probably dent my floor if he fell on the floor, right? Oh man, and the shields are so cool. I'm such a sucker for this. These guys are awesome. These are definitely a 9. So 7.8, 9, and 9. I love these Terminators. I'm very close to, because one of my favorite color is black's not a color, it's a shade, so I can't have black. But I love green, dude. And these guys, obviously with the salamanders, but these guys are definitely coming up. Definitely coming up. I might have a number 5 chapter that I'm gonna start collecting. I already started. I have Azrael, and I have 2 of these. I have Lion. God, oh man, I hope they don't come out with 30k Dark Angel figures soon. I don't think they will, because they just came out with Lion, and they would have to come out with a 30k version of Lion to be the part, because I know that they're going to come out with a 30k Gilliman because freaking Ultramarines, right? But these are awesome, dude. I keep like beating a dead horse, but these are awesome. Again, 9, 9, 7.8. Only pain point on this entire table is where the banner attaches to here, which I think is going to break. So, yeah. What did you guys think? What did you guys think? Overall, I think that these are awesome. I think I'm very close to getting them. To getting more of the... Well, I'm going to wait for some of the newer ones. Well, we had the other Terminators, which I'm not a fan of. I didn't like them too much. There's too much white, bone white, which I do like, but there's not enough green on the other ones that came out. So, they will Cinnabus and the black and the blanking are awesome. You can always sell the salamanders. I'm not selling the salamanders. I got that huge ass green dragon, dude, and I want to do like a photo thing with them. So, yeah, these are awesome, dude. I'm very happy I opened them, and I think that this format is working better. What did you guys think tonight about the? As I get the banner because it's out of focus a little bit. What did you guys think about the light? Was the light a little bit better on this setup tonight? Were you able to see the figures a little bit better? Are they in focus a little bit better? I think they look awesome. I think the camera is great. Yeah. And again, like I said, we'll go to full screen here. Let me go swing this over. And what is this? Is it this? There we go. This is, oh God, this is such a cool figure, dude. This is such a cool figure. Full screen him up. Definitely the star of this. The 2 of them, I think Azrael is cool, but these guys are awesome, dude. Awesome. Very cool. I'm a sucker for the shields. So that is gonna be it. So we finished another unboxing. What time is it? Jesus Christ, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I started this a little after 11:15. Almost 2 hours. Sorry about that. I thought that these were really cool though. Very cool. All right, give me about 15 minutes, and then we'll start up the Space Marine 2 go. And then we'll do some Space Marine 2 tonight. And then if you guys want to join in, I'll put the code into I'll put in the multiplayer code into Discord chat. Again, we have a Discord. We have the link. If you want to get invited to the Discord, follow me here, obviously on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Message me on Instagram, and I'll give you the Discord link. So assuming you can switch hands. Oh yeah, you can absolutely on these guys. You can definitely switch hands. Absolutely. I switched. If that's what you're asking, Quintero, I switched to the because they came with, I don't know why out of the box he had a pistol grip hand, because they don't come with any. Excuse me. They don't come. They should have just came with fist hands and gripping hands, because I don't think there's any point in really having a pistol grip hand with these. But yeah, one of the I'll say this to let me go back to the other screen really quick. So we got Azrael, who's going to go away. We're going to put him on a display later on. But Lord Invocatus is going to go away. He's a very cool figure. Man, he pops in this camera and the light, dude. Look at that gold. Wow. But Lord Invocatus and the Bull, which is awesome, is going to go away. And we're going to keep one of the Deathwing Terminators on my desk. So, yeah, that is it, guys. Again, as usual, let me get the thing going. Like and subscribe if you like this content. If you're watching this not on live, definitely like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys like these type of reviews, because whether you like them or not, I keep doing them, but I want to make it better. So if there's something that you can give me a recommendation for these, let me know. If not, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll keep doing these. Next week, I think we're going to bust out the Lion. So it'll be my first Primarch on this type of review that we're going to do. So, all right, guys. Give me about 15 minutes, and we'll start the Space Marine 2 live stream. So, all right, guys. I'm Wraith. I'm out. Later, guys. See you in a couple minutes.